Hello everyone, welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be the third game of this Best of 5 series. We are still in ZOTAC 270 and in all honesty I don't think I'm actually going to move on to 271 because otherwise I'll be starting a trend and then I'll be late for 272 and so on and so on. So yeah, that's going to be my decision. If you think otherwise, then, well, you can ask me on a specific series. But, other than that, we are just going to be, for now, watching 270 Storm versus Sonic. So we have aRi.StoRm in the top right as the purple human player, and his opponent, apex.Sonic, as the yellow night elf player in the bottom left. Now, if this video was uploaded like at the same time as Game 2, then that's because I cancelled the uploading like last night, so the progress saved for Game 2's videos, and then you can watch them in a matter of hours or something like that. But of course, if this upload is delayed even further, forget what I said. Anyway, this map is on Last Refuge. Sonic, I have no memory of what he tried to do actually I do have a memory of what he did in Game 2. He tried to go mass huntresses supported with a Keeper of the Grove. Now, you may think, well, that's pretty much a guaranteed surround, isn't it? Entangle immobilizes the enemy unit, and then huntresses can easily swarm around that unit with, of course, their very fast movement speed. That was not the case, and Storm was very lucky with escaping those surrounds, especially with his Archmage, something that, you know, put Sonic back a lot. Sonic didn't even take the tier 2 if I remember correctly, and yeah, he was both economically and technically behind. So yeah, that was the thing. Sonic just GG'd out of there when he realized he's pretty much behind, especially when he lost his Keeper of the Grove. We have the Lion Horn of the Stormwind, so we have Devotion Aura on that Archmage, as well as +1 armor to himself and all the other friendly units around him. We're gonna have the Warden making her appearance back again from Game 1. We're gonna have a bunch of Wisps healing this Ancient of War because this Rock Golem is a really troublesome creep. Level 2's on that Warden. Of course, Warden is of kinda special, I should say. A Warden hero basically uses all three of her abilities. All three is viable, and yeah, unlike, hell, maybe the Archmage is kind of special as well, but others like, oh, the Death Knight, the Lich, well, maybe the Lich, not maybe. It's kind of hard to think about any others now that I think about it. It's all situational, and yeah, I think situational is the right word. So if the Warden wants AoE damage, she would get Fan of Knives with Blink, most likely, or if she wants Assassination, which is very easy on that Archmage, she'll get Blink and Shadow Strike. Or hell, maybe she might just get Shadow Strike, Fan of Knives. That's hell of a lot of damage, but I think it's just overkill. Either way, Robe Magi +6 on that Warden. We're gonna have Militia creeping on this gold mine. We do have Gloves of Haste as well as a +6 claws. So Archmage is pretty much geared pretty good. Looks like Storm is going to establish his expansion. He's going to lay off that tier 2 for now, seeing as he's going to invest a lot of resources on that Town Hall. Secondary Ancient of War has been constructed, as it looks like this Ogre Magi camp will be cleared out. Level 3 will soon be on that Warden, but I still have yet to know what abilities she has. Basically because she never used the abilities in this game, so maybe we'll see it. It's probably Fan of Knives, seeing as it looks like the Warden wants some early harassment. I can't imagine, there we go, Fan of Knives, I can't imagine her just moving on to the expansion with just Shadow Strike. So we do have Fan of Knives dealing a lot of damage. Storm doing a very nice job actually, or at least he tried to do a very nice job splitting up those peasants. Unfortunately, Fan of Knives has an incredibly long range. Did save that peasant with Gold Mine though, but it didn't save him the second time around. Okay. Things are looking good for actually, things are looking good for, well, now it's for both players. Storm forcing a TP with that Warden. What? Do we have 4 gold miners? It's kind of hard to tell seeing as I can't select multiple units, but I think that if the chat's right, then that's 4 gold miners, and that is not really saturation right there. It's going to hurt Storm's economy by quite a bit. It won't matter when the expansion is made, but of course if Sonic actually follows up with the expansion, it looks like he will actually do so. Sonic will actually have an economic advantage despite, you know, both players having an even amount of bases. So yeah, needs to be careful, Storm. I'm not sure if he realizes it just quite yet. He did lose a peasant to that Warden. Warden is almost level 4. Arcane Tower is finally here, so harassment is going to be dealt with pretty easily. Archmage, is he going to kill his own man? Nope. Looks like the Warden picked off some great kills, actually. Okay, Feedback is taking a lot of mana from that Warden, so looks like she'll be able to TP out of there with that staff. Very nicely done by Sonic. And yeah, just impressed by how he's playing so far. He even has triple Shadow Priests, so you know it's going to be anti-summon units against Storm. Storm, what is he doing? Well, he's still making peasants. He lost a lot during this conflict right here. Needs to be careful. Maybe drop down some more towers. But of course it doesn't stop the Warden. It just decreases the amount of time of harassment. Looks like we're going to start expanding for Sonic as well. And in all honesty, I think Sonic could near the, or at least reduce the gap between those two players. Economy-wise. Very nice Shadow Strike into a Fan of Knives. So actually, we actually have a Shadow Strike and Fan of Knives. So actually, I should have actually realized that much more earlier. Well, the Warden's taken down, and I don't think she had Blink, so it was probably level 2 Shadow Strike, level 2 Fan of Knives. Wow, really? Sonic lost that Warden kind of recklessly. I mean, she had no means of escape if she did not have Blink. She didn't even have a TP scroll, at least. Hell, she even wasted one mana stealing. Close attack +6 probably should be picked up by that Warden. Doesn't want that Archmage to pick it up if he actually goes in to harass Sonic's main base. And I do realize if you didn't, then this is actually a very long game, so I'm just gonna start drinking right now. Okay, Archmage making his move. Not sure if he realizes that Sonic actually has his base. No, he doesn't. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Of course, it's not that risky to gamble. And of course, this is going to be his reward for gambling. He's going to pick up that close attack +6. Wisp's going to detonate themselves, taking down. I'm not sure if the second one actually hit that Archmage, but I mean, Archmage got plenty of mana, or at least enough for 1, maybe 2 when he actually waits a bit more. Ancient of War most likely will be taken down, and yeah, that's going to be some experience to that Archmage. +12 Archmage with increased attack speeds, so I'll say the Archmage is a very good damage dealer. Mud Golem hired up just for that slow. Of course, it's not even worth constructing Arcane Sanctum if you're just gonna rely on slow, especially against a Night Elf player. It's not that great to go Sorceresses, or at least in my opinion. Okay. Of course, it might be situational once again, but no, not really. Fan of Knives doing some damage. Of course, the Mud Golem is unaffected because he is an annoying prick, but no one cares about Mud Golems, do they? We only care about Rock Golems and above. There we go with another slow. Sonic must be pretty depressed, but in all honesty, he's got Shadow Priest right here. He could easily dispel that slow. But will we have another Shadow Priest, or will we have... Okay, we're gonna have Ogre Mauler coming in. And apparently Sonic already had his own Mud Golem, so did not realize. We have double Rock Golems with Storm, so you know, if one runs out of mana, oh my god, the other one will substitute for the both players. I want to see what Sonic is going after. Looks like he's focusing on Dryads for now. Double Ancient of Lore. Storm is almost up to keep. He'll most likely, well, will he get a Mountain King or will he get a Panda? It's Sonic's army size is not exactly that great, but of course compared to Storm it's pretty much even. We're gonna have this Tree of Life getting battered down like an ordinary tree. Ogre Mauler going after that Troll Berserker. Smart move just because he does bonus damage, but meh. Phantom Knives dealing a lot of damage. Shadow Strike on that Footman. TP is going to be forced on that Archmage. Will the Warden take out any units before they TP? Nope. Nope, that is not the case. Level 5 Warden though, so she's leveling up very quickly. I mean, my god. We might even have an Avatar of Vengeance right here. If you don't know, an Avatar of Vengeance, I believe it is a stealth summon unit, so... Oh, hope I'm right. I mean, the model looks like it's stealth, but Avatar could... Oh, I don't know. We have Refined Gunpowder right now, Blacksmith up. Gonna go into Castle Tick, so very curious on what Storm is actually going for. Maybe he might go Rifleman to just take care of those Dryads. Of course, there's only 2 Dryads, so Rifleman might not be the case. It could be Flying Machines or maybe Mortar Teams. Flying Machines, well, easily amassable guys. Cheap, and of course they can attack ground after their appropriate research, so yeah. Ogre Mauler was taken out earlier, so I believe that was quite a bit of experience for that Archmage. Mountain King is going to be the second hero of choice for Storm. Is Sonic actually going to consider a second hero, or is he just going to wait for that Warden to reach level 6? Well, in all honesty, I don't think creeping is ever going to be happening unless there's going to be a second hero, because the Warden doesn't benefit from experience from creep, and probably Sonic wants to save up those creep for a second hero when he actually gets them. A Druid of Claw, just starting production. We do have a couple out, and looks like Flying Machines are going to be the unit to go after for Storm, so it's interesting. I mean, I do believe Dryads can easily smack those guys down. Phantom Knives dealing a lot of damage, especially against that Archmage. Archmage needs to be careful, is being slowed, gonna force a TP. Mountain King, Mountain King, try not to die on Storms, and yep, there we go. Of course it's kind of bad to force 2 TPs on that Archmage, but yeah. And wow, chat is right. Storm is sitting on about 1,000 gold, and honestly, I mean, Storm is looking to actually pump that into Flying Machine production, so it might not be that bad. I mean, I mean, if you're over upkeep and you still... Actually, he's not over upkeep. Never mind, I was trying to make a comment, but comment is invalid. We're gonna have a drop right over here. Guard tower, triple guard towers with a double arcane towers right there to defend. Shadow Priests are trying to knock on that barracks. Sonic needs to be careful. His Dryads are taking bonus damage against those kind of units. And of course Flying Machines also do bonus damage against the Dryads just because they are vulnerable to siege. Flying Machines as well as the Arcane Tower taking down that Zeppelin. I'm not sure. Oh, we do have a TP score right there, so Sonic not exactly helpless right now. Warden is still doing a lot of damage against these peasants and militia. Archmage starting to move in, taking down those Shadow Priests along with that Mountain King, so my god. Not sure if Sonic was actually realizing because he's too focused on controlling his main army, but he just lost like a bunch of healers. Troll Berserker is taking the brute force. Now it's going to be the Druid of Claw. Normal Rejuvenation anymore, and we're gonna have a TP being used. Nope. Sonic's leftovers army is going to be attacked, and I'm not sure if this bears will be focused down in time. Oh, looks like we'll be taken down. Ancient War needs to be careful, but I think we have a second hero. We do. We have a panda for Sonic, and is that a smart move? Well, if you ask that, then you obviously never saw those flying machines, because, I mean, Breath of Fire still works against them, if despite being mechanical and all that. Breath of Fire, at higher levels, really do a lot of damage. Oh, Mountain King needs to be careful. Is going to Stormbolt that Warden. However, that Mountain King is going to take quite a bit of damage over time. Level 6 is on that Warden. The better question is, did she get her ultimate, or did she just get level 3 Fan of Knives? Don't know, but we do have level 3 Shadow Strike. No, actually that's not level 3 Shadow Strike. What am I talking about? Probably got level 3 Fan of Knives and ultimate, and level 2 Shadow Strike right there. Taking down an Archmage. You can see how effective the Warden can be, while the panda creeps out with the remainder of the army. So, very nice. Very nice series of events for Sonic right now. Things are looking very strong for him. Is going to use a Moonstone, and we have a bunch of flying machines sitting around here. I think Storm is actually just massing them up, and yes he is. Look at those guys. I mean, Storm's not even on upkeep yet, and he's pretty much got a full control group. Okay, he's sitting on 50 versus Sonic's 59. We do have a pair of hippogriffs right now, as well as many more being pumped out. So this might be trouble for Storm, in all honesty, because hippogriffs do, you know, a ton of damage against air units. You can see 51 between 51 and 65. Compared to flying machines, even though they are massed and +3, 17 to 21, they get like 3-shotted by hippogriffs, so is that really worth massing those guys up? Panda is going to be staff preserved, and hippogriffs chasing down those flying machines, but there's so many flying machines, my god. And we're going to have these hippogriffs being taken down. I mean, sure, hippogriffs can 3-shot a single flying machine, but my god, look at these flying machines. So many. And there's much more being massed up over here. We could have multi-pronged attacks from Storm right now. Sonic is trying to chase them down, especially with his panda. Panda wants to Breath of Fire all of them. And will we have Breath of Fire? He only caught like 2, maybe 4. Oh wow, very nice staff preserve right there. However, those flying machines are going to make a 180-degree turn, as well as another 180 right there. I know my math sucks, but deal with it. More hippogriffs, and there we go with that multi-pronged attack. Storm looking to actually lay down the pressure with those flying machines, but looks like hippogriffs are going to actually answer the fight right there. 4 versus about 9, and my god, these hippogriffs are doing tons of damage. 2 more left, but hippogriffs might be able to pick off. I mean, my god. Will the hippogriff take down this guy before dying? And yes, I honestly think hippogriff's a she, so I'll say she pretty much took down the flying machine. Not sure what happened to the main fleet for Storm, but this is definitely not it. Oh, we have them being repaired. My god, look at those flying machines. So many, so many. Ogre Lord is actually going to be creeped out. Panda's not here, and Panda's still dealing with those flying machines. Will we have another Breath of Fire? Yes, we do. Doing a ton of damage, and looks like these hippogriffs are going to clean up shop right here. Panda even bought himself an Orb of Venom, so he's definitely dedicated. Drift Claw with Rejuvenate. Trying to one-on-one that Ogre Lord. Not a good thing, especially with Ogre Lord dealing chaos damage. My god, look at these hippogriffs. Merciless Storm. Merciless. Looks like Warden, as well as the Avatar of Vengeance, is going to deal a lot of damage to the main base. Spirit of Vengeance, using the corpse of those peasants to, of course, be used. And we have a big fight right here, actually. I believe Dryads, yes, Dryads was trying to deal with those flying machines, but they were not rejuvenated, and they will be taken down by those flying machines. And, yeah, I mean, No one's taking care of that Avatar Vengeance. Avatar does a ton of damage and actually lives for quite a long time. It's not like the Phoenix for a Blood Mage, but pretty darn good no matter what. We have a Paladin out for the third hero just to complete the trifecta for the human army. We do have the Mountain King trying to do something, but he might actually be taken down. I believe he was recently revived, so that is going to be an unfortunate turn of events for Storm. He did lose a farm, so needs to be careful. Try not to get supply block. We're gonna have a DP staff. I believe that was cancelled by the Warden. So just to, I guess, scare those flying machines away, and my god. Avatar Vengeance. Storm is now supply blocked, even though he's not upside down in supply, he's just supply blocked, you know. He could actually be supply blocked after those farms, so he needs to be careful. Replenishment potion being dropped most likely by that Paladin, so I don't think he's actually going to care about that. I mean, extra gold, but Storm pretty much doesn't have any problems with gold. Oh, towers in the between the gold line and the town hall is never a good thing. Tree of Eternity is actually moving out. Where though? Will he actually move here, or will he move here? I mean, why would you move your capital to like a couple of meters away from the expansion of an enemy? Very curious, but in all honesty, Sonic is trying to out-sustain his opponent. Oh, and these heroes units actually going to get caught out of position, even though Divine Shield is on that Paladin. We do have a Storm Bolt on that Bear. Oh, what I meant was, are focusing on that Bear. Rejuvenate possibly going to be used, but I think it's going to be a too little too. Oh, never mind, it's going to be close, but Staff Preservation, able to save that Bear. Mountain King needs to be careful, doesn't want to be taken down once again. Holy Light right there. Will we have a surround on that Paladin? I don't think so. Paladin will be able to retreat. Shadow Strike is on him, so yeah, he's going to take some damage, but he won't die. A very nice move right there from Sonic. If you didn't know, he was actually focusing on that Paladin. Or at least I would like to believe so. Paladin can't heal himself, so it's a good target to actually go after. Siege Engines for Storm. This is a very desperate move coming in. So Storm is going to have triple Siege Engines. Is he going to pump more out? No, he's just going to pump out more flying machines. I think Storm thinks 3 siege tanks is actually sufficient. Ancient of Wind, will it be taken down? No. Breath of Fire from right, Warden from the left. Both heroes with Orb of Venom, so they're going to do quite a bit of damage. Hippogriffs still chasing those flying machines, now going to turn back. Tree of Eternity is spotted, so I think Storm is aware of this upcoming expansion. So he's going to quickly take care of that Ogre Lord for his opponent. I don't know what's the logic behind that. Warden is looking around. Shadow Strike was denied by that Divine Shield. Ogre Lord will be taken down by the human army. Django of Endurance, so Endurance are for both players. I mean, for the human army, level 3 Shadow Strike as well as Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire on that Mountain King. Mountain King doesn't look like he'll be able to live, and he will be taken down along with that Django of Endurance. So, yeah, a minor loss, but you know, losses can still accumulate, and things might not look good for Storm, especially since most of his, I guess, machines have been destroyed. Ancient of Lore. Is he actually going to retaliate or just going to eat some trees? It looks like trees are going to be eaten. We used to have a bunch of flying machines sitting around here, and they're reds and oranges, but don't know what Storm can do right now. Did he lose that Altar of Kings? Okay, he lost that Altar of Kings to the Avatar of Vengeance. And wow. Storm. Oh, I'll try not to criticize, but we do have these peasants being killed off by the triple human heroes. And of course it's just making the image of that Archmage even worse. Level 7 on that Warden, halfway to level 8. It'd be curious to see a level 8 Warden, wouldn't it? I mean, we rarely see a level 7 hero, and seeing level 8 is kind of preposterous. Mountain King is trying to be revived, but the amount of damage Sonic is doing to that Altar of Kings might be able to end it. And I can't find my can of drink. Warden is not going to back off right now. Avatar Vengeance is going to be summoned. Peasants, they need to be careful. Doesn't want to give corpses to that avatar. And it looks like the avatar is actually spotted, or yeah, avatar is actually spotted. So I'm not sure if avatar is a cloaked unit or not. I'll put in the annotations, but you know, avatar actually looks like cloaked. And of course, that Sonic Storm is not actually focusing on that avatar. It's kind of confusing, honestly. Spirits of Vengeance, of course, they're invulnerable and dealing tons of piercing damage, so it's kind of a big deal if you're not dealing with the avatar. And it looks like the avatar is going to be taken down, so I don't think the avatar is cloaked. I mean, man, it's so confusing. But I'll stop the bantering right now. Warden needs to be careful. Doesn't want to be taken down. Does have a health stone though, so could use that the last second. Avatar is going to be taken down along with those spirit breakers. I mean, not spirit breakers. Wow, it would have been nice if they were actually called spirit breakers, but I believe that is trademarked for Dota. Wow, level 3 Breath of Fire does a ton of damage, especially against those squishy flying machines. Rejuvenation, healing up that Warden. Paladin, once he's out of that Divine Shield, is going to be screwed. I mean, Warden doesn't have enough mana for a Shadow Strike, but wow, he was lucky right there. Storm looking... no, not Storm. Sonic looking very strong. He did lose his expansion though, but his opponent is basically out of gold, so... well, out of a gold mine, so... Storm needs to make do with what he has. And of course, he'll need to expand if he wants to stick around in this game. I mean, this is the mindset of Sonic right now. He is out-sustaining his opponent. Even though he is lacking resources, Storm has no mean of income, so unless you count lumber as income, then, well, go ahead and mine gas in StarCraft then. Hippogriff, still roaming around. Needs to be careful though. I mean, 5-on-1, I'm not sure if that's fair. Especially against a +3 Hippogriff. Indeed. This is a long-ass game. I hate long-ass games. The awkward moments, talking, kinda hurts. Warden is almost at level 8. Of course, I think one more hero kill could actually give her a level 8. If she doesn't have Blink, well, she'll get Blink. And Blink is a great escaping tool. Here comes the Warden once again. What is the Warden going to do? Shadow Strike is on that Paladin as well as a Fan of Knives. Divine Shield, I think after that Fan of Knives, so he did take the brute force of that damage. Endurance Aura on that Mountain King once again. Needs to be careful. Stormbolt on that Panda. Panda is almost at level 6 though. So, Sonic, you should focus on an Elemental, man. Focus on an Elemental. Do not focus on these heroes. I want to see Storm, Earth, and Fire. I believe that's what it's called. Fire, Earth, and Storm? Doesn't matter. Oh, Paladin. Staff of Sanctuary right there, but the Warden is actually prone to go after the assassination, but she doesn't have enough mana, so that's going to be a bummer. Oh, I want to see Panda. I want to see this Panda's ultimate right now. I mean, Mountain King, I can't I can't give enough caring to see Avatar. Paladin, well, he needs to have an army to actually use Resurrection. Mass Teleport, well, Losty, what is he actually going to teleport? That's why I want to see Earth, Storm, and Fire. We're going to have Sonic actually expanding once again. Of course, 2 3/4 of a 1,000 gold mine is worth expanding. I mean, he'll eventually expand over here if Storm doesn't actually take it, so... I mean, Storm is actually going for an all-in push right here. He is stacking up on some siege engines. Wow. Getting up to 7 siege engines. He might actually get more. He is selling some items. Django has been sold. We have some ivory towers right here. Oh my god, everything was sold. The 2+6 claws. This might actually be a desperate all-in. In all honesty, I don't think siege engines can demolish 1, 2, or maybe just 1. I mean, countless buildings right here, and another one right here. In time, before the Night Elf heroes actually take them down. So Storm needs to be careful. This is pretty much pointless, isn't it? I mean, those heroes got no items, and there's no army to support these siege engines. I mean, we have those peasants, but siege engines look like they're gonna move to the expansion place. Or at least I think Storm is aware of that expansion. No, he is not, but very curious to see where that battalion is gonna go. We have engagement right here. Divine Shield on that Paladin. Shadow Strike, Fan of Knives, dealing a lot of damage to that Mountain King. Holy Light trying to heal him up, but nothing. Level 6 is on that Panda. We have Storm, Earth, and Fire. Most probably. Will we have that? Yes, we will. Storm, Earth, and Fire. Just to increase the amount of DPS. Tree of Eternity is taking quite a beating. And, I mean, my god. Warden reached level 8. Level 1 Blink, most likely. My goodness. Stormbolt on that Warden, but it's not going to stop the Warden, is it? Blink can easily assassinate that Paladin once he's out of that Divine Shield, and will we see that? Most definitely. Although Divine Shield is kind of long. Oh, are we out of mana? No, we don't have enough for a Blink and a Shadow Strike, so might be the one that's discouraging the Warden. Warden needs to be careful. Does have an invulnerability potion. Oh, this might actually be a bad move. Nope, it's not. Warden is out of mana though, so yeah. Siege Engine still laying waste in the main expansion for Sonic. And, my god, Dryads versus Siege Engines, what is this? They're solo going to be taken down by those bears. I mean, bears still do a lot of damage even though they do reduced, but my god. It was a valiant move from Storm, of course, versus 2 ultimate abilities with, I mean, non-ultimate heroes. It's kind of hard to actually win from this, and Storm learned the hard way, and honestly, Flying Machines, even though they were great in numbers, they weren't great in the fights. And yeah, hell, we even have these peasants trying to do some ballsy long distance mining. Oh, Storm. Storm is going to take down that Avatar, but oh man, his siege engines were taken down mercilessly, and the Mountain King most likely will be taken down. War is finally on. Mountain King taken down, and I think we're gonna have GG right here from Storm. Wow, 32 minutes, almost 33. I'm just gonna quickly stop right now. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in game 4. Bye.